Welcome to a new video for End of the Tech World. So I'll be discussing my way of buying a laptop, my laptop buying guide, basically what I'm going to call this video. So this is the way my presentation is basically going to show you the way I decide on what laptop I'm going to buy. So basically this presentation is going to be for the basic user, the basic consumer, somebody new and somebody new and buying a laptop. You might not know what type of laptop they want to buy. So hopefully this presentation will help you out. So I'm going to talk about different parts of the laptop, which I make sure that I research when it comes to deciding what laptop I want to buy. So I think these parts of the laptop that I'm going to discuss right now are so important in deciding what laptop you should buy. Okay, let's start the presentation right now. All right, so we have a picture of a laptop. It looks like my laptop because I have an Apple laptop. All right, so let's discuss memory first. All right, memory refers to the location of short-term memory. Memory is where information is processed and enables users to access data that is stored for a short time. The data is only stored for a short time because primary memory is volatile, meaning it isn't retained when the computer is turned off. RAM versus ROM. RAM is random access memory, is volatile memory that temporarily stores the files you are working on. ROM, read-only memory, is non-volatile memory that permanently stores instructions for your computer. And this is the most important part. RAM is what is advertised when stores sell laptops. Examples of that is 4 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes, and 16 gigabytes. I usually will go for 8 gigabytes just because 4 gigabytes, in my opinion, is just not enough for me because I like to, open up I like to have multiple windows open up when I'm on my laptop. So let's discuss more of that. How many gigabytes of RAM do you need? If you need a basic laptop to take notes in class, write and save documents, or surf the internet, 4 gigabytes of RAM should be sufficient. If you want your laptop to be able to accomplish more demanding tasks at once, which is keywords such as gaming, graphic design, and programming, you should have at least 8 gigabytes of RAM. And that's me. I don't do demanding tasks, but I like to do multiple tasks at one time, have multiple windows open up on my laptop. So I have maybe the internet open, I have some documents open, might have a video, YouTube open at the same time as well too. So I choose 8 gigabytes because I always like to, more to me is better. All right. Let's go into storage. How much storage do you really need? Okay. HDD versus SSD. Hard disk drive versus solid state drive. And you see the two pictures of each. All right. A hard disk drive or a solid state drive holds all of the data. Your files, your photos, programs, music, and movies that the user wants to keep. Hard disk drives rely on spinning disks or platters to read or write data. Okay, let's talk about the drawbacks to hard disk drives. Number one, physically finding and retrieving data takes more time than electronically finding and retrieving data. Okay, self-explanatory. Number two, which is the most, to me, is important, extremely important. The mechanical parts of hard disk drives can skip or even fail if they are handled roughly or dropped. That's me. Number three, hard disk drives are heavier and use more energy than comparable solid state drives. Let's talk about the benefits of a hard disk drive. They're frequently less expensive than a solid state drive for the same amount of storage. And I'll talk about that more in depth as I talk about the solid state drive. All right, so that's a picture of a hard disk drive. Let's talk about solid state drives. What are they? Solid state drives use flash memory to deliver superior performance and durability. Solid state drives don't have any moving parts, thus are more durable, faster, run cooler, and use less energy. Okay, and that's important because that's all true. So solid state drives, I pretty much will only go with a solid state drive laptop just because of the reasons that I just read. No moving parts, they're durable, definitely faster, they run cooler, and they use less energy. So and don't have any moving parts. So if you drop it or your laptop, you bang it against something, you're not going to damage it. You might damage the laptop, the outer part of the laptop itself, but the drive itself, no damage because it doesn't have any moving parts. All right, the drawbacks of solid state drives is that they are more expensive than hard disk drives, which to me, I don't see much of a difference now in pricing between, laptops that have solid state drives or hard disk drives. I just don't see it anymore. When solid state drives first came out, I think they came out when I worked at the Apple store over 10 years ago, I believe. I have to look that up, but I think they came out, at least I knew about them during that time when I worked at the Apple store. They were a lot expensive. They were definitely expensive. And it was like, okay, it was like unbelievably expensive. But nowadays, pricing has come down on laptops with solid state drives. I don't even recognize it anymore being more expensive. So that's a good thing. All right, what are the benefits of solid state drives? Number one, deliver faster load times for games, application, and movies. Very important for me because I don't like to be there all day waiting for something to load. Are lighter and better able to withstand movement in a laptop being dropped. Just said that. And then number three, use less energy, which allow laptops to run cooler. Okay, my computer. Apps that I have on my computer take up most of my space, and this is very important because the first thing I always ask customers, like I don't work in retail stores really anymore now. I've gotten out of that business, but when I did work at the Apple store, and then when I was a merchandiser for Apple, and we had discussed their laptops, first thing I always say is like, how much storage, how much, what are you going to save on your laptop? And people would tell me, they wouldn't tell me exactly how much, how many apps they're going to download, how many photos that they're going to have on their laptop, how many movies they're going to download, how many games they're going to play. They wouldn't say that. But I would just ask them, what are you going to what are you going to save on your laptop? Because I think storage to me is my number one thing when I decide to buy a laptop. So on my computer right now, apps take up most of my space. With the biggest taking up most space is the Final Cut Pro, which is an editing app, to edit videos. So that takes up 3.13 gigabytes. So it's a lot. So you can see how much, apps can take up space if you download a lot of them on your laptop or have a lot of them on your laptop. So very important because storage can dwindle down very fast, very easily. Documents, 9.34 gigabytes. So. And then we have iTunes. I say that my apps were the most, but no, it's a tie between. And what takes up the most on my iTunes, because my laptop is old, it's 12 years old, that's why mine still says iTunes. So movies. They take up a lot of space, especially ones that are like high definition. So I have two movies that are on my laptop right now. I got the Batman versus Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition, which is 7.34 gigabytes. A space it takes up, and then the Avengers Infinity War, which is 6.23 gigabytes. They're all high definition. And then you got music creation, which GarageBand, 3.91 gigabytes. And then you have your system, which application leftovers, files that remain in the system after you delete the app, temp files and cache, app cache, browser cache, system cache, etc. So you have system files as well too that take up a lot of space. So storage is very important. How much are you going to save? Now they're saying photos. A lot of people like to save photos. They say 1 gigabyte of photos. Usually 1 gigabyte of photos is like 500 photos to 600 photos. I've done research on that, so who knows? But you can see how much storage can dwindle down very fast in a short amount of time. Other types of things I have on my computer, laptop, disk images, application installer files, plugins, extensions, tools for customizing apps, and web browsers. All right, let's talk about the processor now. The processor, also known as the central processing unit, provides the instructions and processing power the computer needs to do its work. The more powerful and updated your processor, the faster your computer can complete its task. By getting a more powerful processor, you can help your computer think and work faster. Yes. All right, and then I left a link and stuff for like good processor speed for a laptop. I'm actually gonna open this link up and we're gonna go into this. Right. All right. What is a good processor speed for a laptop? I'm not going to go through all this in depth. I'm just kind of give you an idea. For normal laptops are used for less resource intensive tasks, like they are not used in heavy tasks or gaming, so there's no need for high end processors. And you're saying for normal laptops, processor speed for such laptop is 2.1 to 2.7 gigahertz is enough. For example, then you have the Intel Core i3, Intel Core i5, AMD Ryzen 5. Those are all types of processors. Now, when you look at a processor in a store, processors usually will go, I have some numbers, like for example, Athlon 2000G, I think that's one processor. So they usually have numbers and then a letter at the end. So there's so many different types of processors that are out there. You actually have to look it up to see how many cores there are, because processors can be either dual core or quad core. Quad core is definitely be faster than dual core, but dual core for me is enough. All right, let's go just office laptops. Talking about speed of 2.10 to 4.10 gigahertz. They're used for browsing, as well as some heavy tasks like simulations. To perform multiple tasks, more speed is required, leading to the great processing speed. They're talking about the latest generations of those: Intel Core i5, Intel Core i7, AMD Ryzen 7, Apple M1. So I'm going to stop there because gaming laptop, that's more advanced. We won't discuss that. I'm going to go back into my presentation. So processors, I tend, for me, what I'll do is that if I'm researching on the internet, I'll look at the processor, see what it is, and then I'll just see if it's a dual core or quad core. Be honestly, the speed, unless I'm like a gamer, I really pay more attention to the speed if I was going to be a gamer. For doing normal tasks and office type of work, I don't care. Honestly, to me, as long as it's fast enough to do those type of tasks, that's fine. I'd be honest, I don't care. I don't look at the processor speed unless I was doing more complex tasks, you know, that I would need the speed for. Maybe editing, if I was doing advanced editing, like if I was editing a movie or something like that, yeah, then I might want to look at the processor speed because I want to, because when you're editing a movie or you're editing maybe long videos for YouTube, you want to be able to, the laptop to have like, you want to be able to do it faster. You don't want to, laptop dragging and, being slow and, you don't want that. So those are examples of the processors. And then we're going to just go down, which I discussed before, decoding the laptop CPU families, your target market, budget laptops and Chromebooks. And it gives certain examples of the AMD CPU central processing unit models and then Intel central processing unit models. So AMD and Intel, those are like the two biggest ones that make the processors. And then you have, like I said, you have the M1, which is Apple. They have their own. So you have mainstream laptops, some examples, high performance and gaming laptops, and then mobile workstations. So those are examples of processors. All right, other things to consider. Number one is big for me because I'm losing my sight right now. I'm reading glasses. I'm wearing glasses right now while I'm reading this. So for me, resolution is extremely important. Full HD is 1920 by 1080. Retina and liquid retina display for Apple only. And right now, when I looked it up, the current resolution is 2560 by 1600 and 2560 by 1664. That's the current MacBook's resolution, like I said. So more about resolution. Full HD, I don't know if a lot of people really care about resolution too much. When dealing with customers never really bring that up at all. To them, if they can see it, they don't care what resolution it is. Me, I do care because my eyesight is going, so I need a brighter resolution so I can be able to see. I need a text to be very, very clear. I need the images to be very clear and crisp. And when you're talking about the Apple, resolution, Retina and liquid Retina display actually makes the text and makes the pictures much more crisper. You'll be able to see a much more brighter. It's just much more a clear image. Basically, that's the difference between Retina and liquid Retina display. That's basically in simpler terms. It's more broader than that, but I'm gonna keep things simple here. So a lot of people don't care about the resolution. I do. So that's basically an example of that. Operating systems. You got Chrome OS, which is for Chromebooks, Mac OS, which is for MacBooks. The newest one for operating system that I looked up, which is the Mac OS Ventura, and then you got Windows 10 for your Windows, for Windows computers. That mainly like you can for your laptops and of course desktops as well. And then brands. Some people might care about the brands when deciding what laptop they want to get. Some people are loyal to their brands. A lot of people are loyal to Apple. So people's like, I'm only going to get an Apple laptop because I've had Apple laptops for a long time. I will say my laptop is 12 years old, and that's the only laptop that I've had ever in my lifetime. Ever. So going on over 12 years, this MacBook Pro that I have, I've had it for 12 years. Am I loyal to Apple? No. I'm looking at other laptops for, say, Lenovo. My desktop computer is Lenovo, so I'm looking at Lenovo very hard because they always have deals, and I'm going to actually show you at the end of this presentation of I'm actually going to go to a website called choiceschoices.com, and I'm going to just see what laptop they recommend for me to buy. And then Dell, HP, Hewlett-Packard, Microsoft Surface. Those are examples of brands of laptops. Number 4, programs you might need for editing. I edit videos for YouTube, so that might be important for some people. Your job, school. Examples are AutoCAD, which is a big program for engineers, I think, people who draw. And then Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro. Those are like examples of programs that people might need. So they might buy a laptop just because of that reason. Oh, see, that noise you heard was birds. So that's basically my clock. At the hour, it basically has bird sounds. So that's what you hear. That's what you hear. You don't think it's weird. All right, so those are some type of programs people might need for deciding to buy a laptop. And they say, hey, I need to edit. I'm an editor. I need to edit videos for school. So I need a laptop to be able to do that more efficient. Storage would be important for that because you're editing videos for school. You're editing videos for just leisure, whatever, something you like to do for YouTube. You probably want to save those videos. So definitely storage processor would be very important for that. And of course, brand. Apple's very known for people like, editors like Apple computers because they're very well known for it. They're very good for that as well. And then definitely subscribe. Definitely need some people to subscribe. When I started this channel, I didn't really know, how long I was going to be doing it. Now that I see some of my videos, people are interested in, and because I do a lot of speaker reviews because I have a lot of speakers in my house, but I'm broadening into doing more things like doing stuff like this, which I love to do. So I'm going to go to choiceschoices.com and see what laptop they recommend me buy. So let's do this. Let's go to Choices. All right. Okay, welcome to choiceschoices.com. Okay, so choiceschoices.com. We're actually going to see what type of laptop I should buy. All right, so we're going to go to electronics. And then we're going to go to laptops. And then, all right. Now, if you haven't, like I said, I discussed operating system. If you have like a particular operating system, you can choose either Windows, MacBook, or Chromebooks. Uses, gaming, student laptop quiz, brands. They don't have a lot of brands here, but they have a few of them. Me, I'm going to view the quiz because to me it doesn't really matter at this point. So I'm going to take the quiz. All right, what operating system what would you like on your laptop? I'm going to say don't know because I don't have a particular operating system. I've used them all except Chrome. I haven't used Chrome OS, but I've used Windows and Apple Mac OS. So I'm going to say don't know. Are you interested in any particular brands of laptops? No. What style laptop are you interested in? I like the classic version. I'm traditional like that. Are you looking for a touchscreen laptop? No. Doesn't matter. Roughly, what size screen would you like? Since I'm blind, I wouldn't say I'm not. I'm not visually impaired, so I don't want to say that. But I don't see that very well. I have to wear glasses. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are like that. The bigger the screen, the better. So I'm gonna make this. Usually I do 14. I might do 15. All right, let's do 15. Will you be using an external computer monitor with the laptop? No, I will not be. The laptop has a screen on it. That's all I need. No. What are your main uses for the laptop going to be? And actually, I'm going to choose work, school, and home personal because I actually use my laptop for all. Next. Do you plan on gaming with the laptop? Sometimes. What do you plan on using the laptop for? All right. So this is the big thing. This is the question I always ask people. That I should say I used to ask people because some people still ask me now. They like to get my recommendations on what laptop should they buy. Like my sister recently, I gave her you know, basically the presentation that I went through. The same questions I asked her. How much you're gonna plan on storing on your computer? What are you gonna be using it for? So internet, it's pretty much a lot of people viewing and storing photos. I'm going to say yes. I don't do a lot of photos. I don't store a lot of photos. I don't take a lot of photos, but sometimes I might. Definitely watching TV and movies is a big thing for me on my laptop. I love to watch TV and movies, reading and writing documents all the time. Creating presentations, yes. Like the ones I'm doing now. Could be doing it on a laptop right now, but I'm doing my iPad. Video conferencing, yes, because my last job that I had, that's what we did, a lot of video conferencing. Coding, computer science, yes. I do coding. I'm actually learning, web development. So we'll love to do that too. Photo editing, no. Video editing, yes. So let's hit next. How you'll be watching TV and movies. Streaming services. I have a portable DVD player that I can connect to my laptop. As long as it has USB, can port to it, I'm good. So we'll say streaming for now because I do have, I stream on YouTube all the time. All right. Roughly how many hours of battery life would you like? I didn't bring this up in the presentation, but it's kind of important. Usually I'm going to say 15 hours. Just because, you want your laptop to last all day, ideally. So 12 hours in a day. So let's go a little bit over that 15 hours. I think that's sufficient enough. Excuse me. Will you be traveling with the laptop? Yes. I do bring it to my mom's house sometimes or I'm visiting people. Will you be using the laptop while traveling? Probably not. Unless if I'm on a train or I'm on a plane. I hardly, when I fly, I don't usually use anything, because I'm always distracted because I hate flying. So I like to concentrate, on the flight alone. So we'll say no. How many years do you expect to keep your laptop for? That's a good, interesting question. I always tell people when people ask me how long will this laptop last, I don't know. That's the real answer. Who knows? Depends on you, the user. Do you drop your laptop? Do you bang your laptop? Do you spill things in your laptop? Do you press the keys down so hard that sometimes the keys might pop out? I don't know. It depends on the user. It depends on the brand as well too. So it's everything put together. So I always tell people laptops are probably going to last between 3 to 5 years. Laptops lasting 12 years like mine's, it's probably going to be rare. Very rare right now. So I would say expectedly, in my opinion, and like I said, this is just my opinion, 3 to 5 years is pretty much what you're going to get. Because I just don't think when they used to make laptop, they just don't use the same parts like they used to, like they did in the past. Parts are expensive nowadays. So maybe these, I'm not accusing anybody of anything. These brands are doing anything. I'm just saying, my opinion, I'm pretty sure they're not using the parts that they used before, like over 20 years ago, 10 years ago. They're probably using for cheap parts. So hence, maybe the laptop won't last that long. So I'm going to go for 5 years. If you can get 5 years, it's a bonus. But when I'm speaking to other people and their experiences, that's pretty much what the range is for laptops lasting 3 to 5 years. If you have a laptop that lasted longer, good for you. And tell me in the comments what brand it was, because then we can share it with other people. Like I said, brand could be very important to some people. Some brands might last longer than others. All right, sit next. Do you want to pay more for a better build quality? Yes, absolutely. Oh, you're upgrading from another laptop? Yes. What was wrong with your current laptop? Bad battery life just because it's old. So too slow, underperformed, underpowered. Yes, I would say that. Even though it's actually not as slow as I thought it was gonna be. It's actually not too bad. Too bulky, fancy an upgrade, yes, and then other, because it's not broken, it still works. The battery dies fast. I have to have it plugged in at all times, but it still works. I can still watch videos on the laptop. I can still stream. I can still watch a football game. So, next, what is your budget for your laptop? I'm gonna say $1,500. Some people might have it a little lower. I'm willing to spend a little bit more for my laptop, and okay, we'll say $1,500. All right. So, all right. Let me, because I had to do this again because it didn't bring up the next. So let's say $1,500, and then we'll hit next, and let's see what laptop they recommend. Yeah, must be going through a lot of choices. Best Buy advertisement. Ah, no. All right. It's unfortunate. Now I got to do this again. All right, let me do it fast again. All right, so we're going to say other. I got to do this again because I tried to get rid of the advertisement for Best Buy and it wiped all my choices. So I'm going to do this pretty fast. Sorry about that. All right, very anticlimactic, but it's all right. All right. Now, what are you planning using the laptop for? If you've been watching movies, reading, encoding, we'll say other. All right, so I'm trying to do this fast. All right, we're gonna say $1,500. All right, can't get it like to $1,500 like I did last time, so 1510, whatever. All right, now I'm not gonna touch anything, and make sure that I'll let this website choose the laptop for me. Okay, LG Gram 16. So I'm gonna click on that. It's gonna take me to Amazon. All right, let's just see what this computer has. All right, so LG Gram 20, brand new, ultra lightweight laptop, 16 inches. That's pretty good. 2560 by 1600 is the new resolution. Solid state drive. All right, so that's everything I need for RAM. 16 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte. This is actually not too bad. Look at the buy new 1332, which is not bad at all. So this thing is, and then look at the ratings. I always look at the ratings. Some people don't look at ratings when they're buying a laptop, but I do. I look at the ratings and see. Sometimes I'll go down and read the ratings. I'm not going to do that now just to save time. But yeah, I like this laptop. I'm actually going to keep this up here. And I think that's good. This is a good price. And then you can go down a little bit more, read more about it. 16 gigabytes of memory, 1 terabyte of storage, which is awesome for HD. Yes, sir. It's at a good price, man. And they have other comparables. You have different LG grams, so you can compare that. So I like Amazon a lot, and I always go look at this. So this is the computer that I'm looking at, the first one. So I always look at, okay, computer memory size, because it breaks it down for you, 16 gigabytes. USB connection. Okay, it doesn't have Bluetooth, which is big. I need Bluetooth. That's interesting why it doesn't have the Bluetooth. Okay, the second one does, and it's less expensive. So, all right, but you can look at more of the features, and then sometimes I'll read the comments and just see. So yeah, so that's a good one. Let's go back and see what the other choices were. All right, upgrade option. Yep, MacBook Pro 16. Let's see if this is a brand new one. Yes, it is. No, actually, it's last year's 2021 and $2,194. Yeah, so I guess that's a more upgraded version of it. And I was looking at a MacBook Pro. Not sure if I'm going to actually go, to Apple. We'll see. And then what I do is, I scroll down and see. But it's 2021, so you get the descriptions of it. Let me just see what makes it different. What makes this different? 16 gigabytes of RAM. Wow, 10 core CPU. Man, that's big time. That's definitely an upgrade in one. So, wow. Processor, much faster. Much, much faster. Wow. So I can see why this is $2,000, but it's 2021. So I don't know. I'm not really big into buying, you know, buying laptops that are not brand new because you never know, you know. So this is new. So it's because it says buy new. And that's one thing I like to tell people about Amazon, because a lot of people, when they shop Amazon, they're not really sure. So it's buy new. And the only thing I don't know if it's from Amazon itself, because usually it would say, but right, it doesn't say. So, okay. Well, yeah. So when you scroll down, yeah, you got to scroll down a little bit more. So this is one thing I want to tell people. When you shop at Amazon, when I'm looking the information, I'm looking at the right hand, the right side of the screen. You got to make sure that is. I always make sure it's from Amazon, not a third party. So it's first things I always look for: buy new, boom. So it's new, in stock. And then you scroll down a little bit more, you'll see ships from Amazon, but sold by Expercon. Important. So shipped from Amazon, sold by Expercom, which is an Apple Premier partner. So basically, Apple authorizes them to sell their products. Basically, that's what that means. So if it ships from Amazon, okay, I'm good. But if it ships from anywhere else, like a third party will tell you, okay, it's shipping from a third party. But this one is not. Okay. So let's get out of that one and just see what the other choice was. And this is your budget option. That's why I like choiceofchoice.com. It gives you a budget option as well, too, if you didn't want to spend a lot of money. So we'll go into this one and see what this one is all about. Okay, so this is Samsung 15.6-inch Samsung Galaxy. Anything Samsung Galaxy sold laptops, huh? To be honest, I didn't know either. All right, so 512 gigabytes, which is more than enough for a lot of people. i7 processor, which is pretty good. 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is really good too. And then at $1,149. Ships from Amazon. Sold by Amazon. That's what you really want ideally. Ships and sold through Amazon. Only reason why I say this is because I've had issues from third parties. When I get shipped third parties, sometimes they get lost. And then I have to call Amazon and say, okay, where's my package? Because then you get like a notice and say, okay, yeah, sorry, this package is going to be shipped later than we thought it was, or it's lost. So to me, if I see this shipped from Amazon and then sold by Amazon, boom, you know that you're going to get it. Buy new, of course. So yeah, this is actually a good laptop. And then you got choices. You would need a bigger screen, or like you need something, something smaller. You can choose that. So yeah, Amazon is really good. I've looked at Amazon more because before I would never shop on Amazon for a laptop because I was always afraid that when they shipped it to my house, they would just throw it, and it'll break and stuff like that. But I had my laptop shipped from my desktop shipped from Lenovo. And actually, when Amazon shipped it to my house, they were very careful. It was packaged so neatly inside and tightly packaged to where, yeah, If they did throw it, it wouldn't break. Well, hopefully it wouldn't break. But yeah, so this one is pretty good. So yeah, so that pretty much ends my presentation. So hopefully you liked the presentation. Hopefully you got a lot of information out of the presentation. Sorry it was long, but I figured that I go through enough information for you to buy, to make a smart decision and deciding what laptop you should buy. Christmas is coming up as well too, so I'm not really sure what type of laptop I'm going to get. I'm actually looking at Lenovo, and actually before I leave, I'm actually gonna go to Lenovo right now because I just want to show you something. Lenovo.com. They actually always have deals, Lenovo. So we're gonna go to PC and tablets, and so let's get out of that. All right, so let's look at laptops since we're dealing with laptops. View all laptops. All right, one thing I like about. All right, so Lenovo, they have a bunch of types, and you can choose which one you want. Wow. So like I was talking about Chromebooks being cheap. A lot of people love Chromebooks because yeah, they're cheap. And if you have a kid, if you're thinking about getting them a laptop, either get them an iPad or get them a Chromebook. I always tell parents that. I have a kid that's 10 years old, whatever, 11, whatever. They need a laptop. Get them a Chromebook. Because the younger the kid is, it might be a little bit rougher with the laptop. So, yeah, so you see the Chromebooks right there. All right, so let's come go laptops again. All right. Trying to see. All right, so you got build your own laptop. Because I want to see like the pricing, because they usually have a lot of good deals. Let's say traditional laptops. That's what I'm making this video for. Okay, so you got the ThinkPads. All right, I'm gonna review 2 models. Okay, yeah. So they also, guys, I wanted to see where they have the deals. So. All right. So a lot of times Lenovo will have deals. That's where I bought my desktop with a deal. So you can search by pricing. I mean, I'm gonna go between 1,000 to 1,400. So, but yeah, I wanted just to point out Lenovo. A lot of right now they're not showing that they have any deals right now. But last week when I checked, oh, here goes sale. Let's just see what they have. End of year clearance. Yeah. So. Right over here at the far right hand corner, you see sales. So a lot of times they will have sales like this Legion 5 Gen 7 AMD processor. It was you save $660. So 29% off. Then you have a ThinkPad T14S. You can save like $2,000. So that's why I always go to Lenovo first. Just because they always have great deals. Like my desktop computer, I think I got for only $500. It was very cheap. So yeah, so Lenovo's very good because they always have these sales going on. You have another one, a ThinkPad Yoga, 73% off. So I highly recommend going to Lenovo.com. And so they're a good brand so far. I've had no issues with them. My desktop computer runs smoothly. So I just learned about Lenovo when I bought this desktop computer. So like I said, you're going to make your own choice. And that's pretty much it for my presentation. Hopefully you enjoyed the presentation. You got something out of it. I'm going to be doing more videos probably like this. If you want me to go over anything else, like a desktop or whatever, I'll do that. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have some more videos. I've been doing this channel for a year now. And I've seen people that are interested in some of my videos. I didn't think they were going to be, but I see some interest out there. I definitely need some subscribers. Definitely please subscribe, like any of the videos. Comments, please. People do comment on my videos. I don't get a lot of comments, but I do get some comments, and I will write you back. So it might take 2 or 3 days before I see it, but I will definitely write you back. Any questions that you have. Like I said, I do have experience working for Apple, and I work for Bose as well too, so I have the speaker and computer experience as well too. Am I like an expert? No. That's why I did this video for the basic users and the basic consumers. All right, so I'm going to end this video because it's getting way too long. And hopefully to see you next time for the next video. Like I always say, have a good day.